The easiest way to get started with Power Automate Flow is with a template. As we've seen before, templates are comfortable ways of getting started with processes that are already built and that are already working out of the box. So I will choose a template just to show you how we can get started with templates. Templates are divided into different categories from which we can search for the exactly the kind of templates that we want, or we can just search for the template that we want. I will choose a template that I wanted to use quite some time ago, and that is save Gmail attachments to my Google Drive. So let's see how this works. So I have selected the template, and now I will connect my two connectors. I will be using a Gmail connector and a Google Drive connector. So I will make sure that the accounts are connected. If not, I can add a new account right here. This will just allow me to sign into my Google account. The same thing goes for Google Drive. I will click on the three dots and I will select the account that I want to use for my Google Drive. Now let's create this flow and see how it works. Once the flow has been created, I am presented with this panel. This is my control panel for my flow. On the top side of the panel, I have all of the actions that I can use with my flow. So I can edit or change my flow. I can share it with my colleagues. I can copy or clone it or save as. I can delete it. I can send or share a copy of this flow. I can submit it as a template to use for creating other flows. I can export it and import it into another instance of Power Automate. I can visualize the analytics. I can turn this flow off if it's working, and I can get some tips and insight on this. Here I will see the details of my flow. So here I will see when it was created, a short description, and the owner of the flow. I will, in the bottom part, I will also see all of the times that this flow was run. We've just created this flow. So right now there is nothing here, but here I will see all of the previous runs. And on the right side, we have the connectors that we are using in this flow. So this is very important because, for example, in this flow, we are using two connectors, the Gmail and the Google Drive connector. We can also see everybody that is shared in this flow right here. So in this case, I am the owner and nobody else is using this flow. So let's peek inside and see what this flow looks like. So we can see that this flow is a connector that says inbox, and then there is something that looks like a loop and a create file action from this connector from Google Drive. Without diving too much into this, let's just go back to our flow and let's just try it out as it is. Let's click on turn. Well, this flow is already running, so I would turn it off, and now I can turn it on. But let's see where in Google Drive this is being saved. So let's go back into our flow and let's see where it's being saved. It's saved in the folder attachments. So if I go right here and I see the account, this account in the folder attachments. So let's go into this folder and see if this flow is actually working. So right now it hasn't worked, but now I will send an email with an attachment and we will see if it is going to work. So this flow is currently running. So here I have prepared an email that I'm going to send right now to the Crypto Boss or the RPA champion. So let's send this email and see if this email is going to get intercepted and if it is going to get saved into the folder that we've selected. So here is the email that I have sent to Microsoft Power Automate Flow, and here is the run of the process. We can click inside and see the details, and here in the attachments we can see that the file has been uploaded automatically. So right now I have created a process that is going to monitor my inbox constantly, and as soon as I receive a file that has an attachment, it is going to extract the file from the email and save it inside of the folder that I have specified here in Google Drive. Let's just take a closer look at one of the actions. So without looking into the details of everything that was created, we can see that all of these things, they don't require any code. We can see the code in the different actions. so we can peek inside of the code and we can see how the code is done, and if we want to, we can modify. But to achieve all of this, no code was required whatsoever.